Good morning and welcome to the 8:15 Daily Operations Weather Brief. This morning we are experiencing some warm and humid conditions with light winds and good visibility overall. And while we do have some upper level cloud cover out there right now, that coverage appears to be rather light and is allowing the early morning sun to get underway on increasing our temperatures early and giving us a chance at seeing some rather elevated heat indices in which they will likely be climbing into the upper 90s and nearing the 100-degree mark, so maybe necessitating a heat advisory to be issued. Now, as for our precip chances for today, they do remain low, but they are certainly present with a chance for a thunderstorm, well, a shower or a thunderstorm becoming more likely after 8 p.m. this evening and into the morning hours of tomorrow. Now taking a look at our most recent surface analysis chart, we do have a stationary frontal boundary that is beginning to mobilize just north of our forecast area this morning, and we also have a strong Bermuda high off the southeastern coast of the United States that's helping to taper our overall precipitation chances while also keeping things quite warm and humid. And later today, that boundary to our north will then begin to move through our area as a weak cold front. And that does bring the chance for those thunderstorms in the afternoon and evening, and like I said, into the early morning hours. And that front is then expected to somewhat linger through Saturday, which may further increase our storm chances. But then we will see a warm front likely move through our area, moving up from the southwest, and that moves through on Sunday, bringing a slightly more widespread chance of showers, and that is just in time for yet another cold front, this time a little bit stronger, to move through our area from the northwest, and that will push through our area Sunday into Monday, and that finally will bring us to what we can consider more seasonable temperatures and lower humidity values for the week ahead. So a nice welcome change for many. Looking at our current weather conditions for this morning, we do have a scattered layer at 25,000 feet with unrestricted visibility, and winds are out of the northwest at about 6 knots with a current temperature of 83 and a relative humidity value at 79%. And pulling up our satellite imagery from this morning, we can see very light indications of that scattered layer at 25,000 feet, and we do see some ongoing convection off to our west and northwest, and that is associated with that stationary boundary that is, as we can see, slowly starting to move our way. So that is going to be the cold front that reaches our area later on in the period today. And this is the HER run from this morning. This is looped on a 24-hour loop. And we can see here, once we go through, mostly clear. And then that approaching rain there, it's about 8, 9 o'clock. We do see those rain chances increase slightly, and then we see a little bit more scattered convection ongoing afterwards. Some other models depict it a little more bullish and some were a little more conservative, but this finds a good middle ground, just indicating the chance that something might be coming through. But many of the models, as that little complex makes its way over to the peninsula, has it weakening as it crosses the bay, as we often see. So hopefully that will occur and our precip chances will continue to diminish. But as of right now, they are certainly present. And that brings us to our 24-hour risk chart for today. Scattered conditions early with cloud cover building in a little bit later in the afternoon and into the evening, in which overcast conditions can be anticipated as we approach the later hours, along with those chances of a shower or thunderstorm moving through the area. And then we'll continue with our overcast coverage before we start to see some lowering of those cloud decks and overall cloud coverage starting to diminish just slightly to more or less broken levels. And we do have a slight chance of precip in the early morning hours of tomorrow. And along with those chances, we also have the chance for some low-level cloud cover below 500 feet, as well as visibilities dropping, but it will likely be a matter of where the cloud decks form and if there's any morning fog. And we also have some color on the board for the middle part of this afternoon, starting around noon, and that is for the possibility that our heat indices may break the 100-degree mark. Overall, a general chance of precip in a pop-up form until later this afternoon when we have that movement coming through, and winds throughout the day are expected to be light and at some points turning variable below 6 knots, a very welcome change compared to yesterday's breezy conditions. And that brings us to our short-term risk chart here. Saturday, we can anticipate mostly cloudy conditions with a chance of a morning shower or thunderstorm, and a high of 85, as well as the chance for some low-level cloud cover. Then Saturday night, we can anticipate mostly cloudy conditions with, again, a chance of a shower or thunderstorm and a low of 77. Then Sunday, we can expect to see partly cloudy conditions with a slight chance of a shower or thunderstorm and a high of 89. And that is going to conclude our 8:15 daily weather operations brief, and I'll be back at 10 o'clock with the 7-day outlook.